All right, peace, family. Right, so I want to put together a real short video. I went through that little sickness for a few days. I wasn't feeling so hot. When I came up out of it, though, the stars was lined up properly, and I had some real clear thoughts. Thought about two young men. These guys, man, one of them was born August 15th, 96. The other one was born August 25th, I think 93, in any event. And it was both on my heart, right? So I wanted to make this video for them, and I'm not well prepared on it. I'm gonna do this really quickly though. Not well prepared, but I just want to get it done real fast before I go to work. So both of these young men who they are individuals in my life, but not nearly as close in my life as they ought to be, because I'm one of them people who was supposed to be guiding them through those moments, right? And even prior to those moments. So the world is kind of set up to where we so busy, focused on that. I mean, they got it to where we had to work so many hours that we don't spend enough time meditating and cultivating our spiritual and our mental capabilities. Anyway, but I want to run this by them to both of them so that they can get a better or different perspective of themselves. So it's a story in the Bible. And the writers wrote it in such a way, it was really clever. They say that a prophet named Jesus was the Son of God, just according to the scriptures. You can take it either way, but the lesson is there. They say he fasted and he went out into the wilderness, and an enemy came unto him and said some things to him. So it was like it was speaking to him in his mind, saying things to him that was contrary to what God wanted. I'm not going to try to go through the story and read it to you, but he heard this and he was dealing with it. And what he did was, he said, nah, he just was rebuking it like, no. You know what I'm saying? He was using the word that he was familiar with, that in the book of Psalms, the different things that he had read, that was words of wisdom to say, no, I'm not going against God. You know what I'm saying? The things you're saying against the power, I'm not going against it, So he knew how to handle it. So I mention that because these two young men both have, these August babies, man, they were able to hear something, that was not clearly present with them. But the effect was negative because they didn't have the proper guidance and counselors around them to tell them that ain't nothing wrong with you. You know what I'm saying? You one of them special cats. You know what I'm saying? The bottom line is you're a conduit. Everybody don't hear like you hear. You know what I'm saying? We go through those emotions. We can feel it, that adversarial pull, but you heard it. You know what I'm saying? So what you have to do is now lock into sources, avenues that help cultivate what you have to bring out the best so that you can get that benevolent voice, you know what I'm saying? And just the differentiation to understand what you're hearing, Because why? Because you're the type of person who is supposed to be, you're like a prophet. You're supposed to be hearing things from the next realm, because there's another realm. You're supposed to be hearing things and then using what you heard here to help the community, others, you know what I'm saying, your loved ones and yourself, so you can hear things that put you in a position to where, Isaac, every time he dug a well, you know what I'm saying, every time he dug a hole, he was hitting that water, you know what I'm saying, he was getting led, you know what I'm saying. So many people have been led to things that cause them to be abundant, you have abundance and increase, you know what I'm saying, financially. But I just want to run another one by you. In the book of Samuel, if you read the Bible, I read the Bible from cover to cover 7 times. I'm not telling you to go there. I'm telling you, the truth is there, but you can find it other places too. But it's such an abundance there that these stories are written to enable you. Anyway, so in the book of Samuel, this kid here was dedicated to the source. So to be a servant for the community, the greater good of people. And that's how his parents dedicated him. So he always knew that's his calling. He was living in the temple with Saul, with Eli. And he was laying down one night as he was a little boy, and he heard a voice so clear, audible. He's like, what? He got up, he thought, like, Eli, you called me? He's like, no, I ain't called you, gonna lay down. I said, okay, we'll lay back down. He heard it again, he was like, man, he heard a voice. It was, calling him, speaking to him. He got up, he said, you called me, but yes, what would you like me to do? I'm saying, I'm serving. What's happening? You're my mentor. He said, no. He said, no. I said, go back. He said, you listen this time, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't remember the story exactly. Like, this is the spirit talking to you. Just listen and see what it say to you. Just don't come back and ask me about, what I'm saying? Just listen. Because he's a conduit. So he went back, laid back down, and now the spirit came and started talking to him, and he just was listening, like, yeah, okay. And he heard. So I'm saying, you two young men, you all are conduits. Everybody don't hear like you are. Everybody experience that relationship, but you hear. So those who hear are supposed to be speaking. So I've heard so clearly in the spirit in the past so many times. I mean, I was on a building one time, just so, because everything I heard wasn't the right thing. I was on a building one time. People were doing work up there, some relatives of mine, and I was up there, had a reason to be up there. One was up there long. And I walked to the edge of the building and looked over. I don't like heights, I'm like, really, it's kind of unusual for me, but I walked over the edge and looked over. And I heard so clearly, it wasn't audible, but it was inside me to say, just jump. I said, I stepped back from the building. It was like somebody was standing around me saying it, but this one audible was inside of me, because I had dealt with that audible voice before. So I'm saying, we'll hear things, because in the spirit, it's adversarial energies, and they got a purpose too. You know what I'm saying? But I've heard too many times the words spoken to me, don't say a word, don't go here, don't go there, stop doing this, clearly, which guided me and led me. And then I've heard words for other people. You know what I'm saying? Heard words and then just gave it to them. So you guys, man, nothing wrong with y'all, man. When Jesus heard that, they didn't go get him some help, you know what I'm saying? Go get him some counseling. They didn't say, man, we need to get you some harder medicine, man. We need to do something for you. And I'm not saying anything negative about medicine or people who think they're helping you by getting you medicine or because sometimes there is a chemical imbalance. So, but I'm telling you that what's going on with that side of you, or what you once heard, was a precursor for better things to come. You know what I'm saying? Because you're a conduit. But you need to search sources of truth and spend time meditating. You know what I'm saying? We can't get so bogged down, I'm talking about we, me, and you, everybody else, into what we have to do from day to day to make it. We have to take time out to block off everything. Our phones, you know what I'm saying, our friends, our TVs, everything. I go into a dark place, I shut it off where I can't see any light, and I meditate. Or whatever, if it's just the things that I'm thinking about, like my books or relationships, anything. I mean, my chess game, you ain't hearing me. Whatever it is that you want to get the most out of and see grow and see develop, the community, how can I help? My nephew's having a problem, what can I do? You go into that closet and you dig deep and you are here because you're a conduit. I'm talking about these August babies in particular, but all of them I'm talking about in particular. And you'll start to walk into but you got to have a heart of compassion for the community. Look, I got to go to work. I just wanted to put that together. And hopefully this one where I can get it uploaded. 8 minutes, that's way too long. When you play it, you can, listen, I love you. Cultivate that's in you. Start asking the spirit, what should I be doing? And you'll get guidance, right? All right, peace, family. I'm out.